Let's start with Junior. Good morning. Junior, we do know that it comes amid leadership tensions. There are frail relations inside the alliance partners. Of course, we also have the dismal election result for the ANC under its belt as well. And this is a moment of renewal, which they're hoping will be a theme that really does serve as a catalyst for something different to happen in next year's election year, isn't it?
Definitely, Iman. That song of a renewal within the ANC has actually been sung since 2022, when this particular current leadership of the ANC actually was also re-elected at that 54th elective conference at Newzroom. Say that is going to be one of the themes that the ANC is going to continue with as it goes to this NGC that is going to start today. For now, it's still the calm before the storm. Some of the delegates are still having breakfast. They are going to start making their way to that plenary where we do expect the president to actually deliver that opening address. So yesterday we did get a glimpse, Iman, of what the president as well as this top 7 leadership that was elected at that 2022 conference is likely to basically deliver to the delegates, especially when it comes to defending the term of office of this current administration. We did hear President Cyril Ramaphosa basically speaking about looking at where it all started. He said that when this particular elective conference happened for the ANC and this current crop of leaders of the ANC took over South Africa, as well as the ANC was going through a tumultuous time, especially under the leadership of the former President Jacob Zuma. There were those allegations of state capture. There were also challenges, especially the challenges when it comes to load shedding. He spoke at length about how that has since been turned around by the current leadership. So a lot of challenges, especially internally within the ANC, as well as government that was facing the government, as well as external challenges, including the tensions between South Africa as well as the US. President Cyril Ramaphosa saying this is very unprecedented, and those are some of the issues that this NGC needs to discuss. But in particular, they need to focus on the lingering problems that still face South Africa, especially the high unemployment that still face the youth of South Africa. Let's take a listen to what the president had to say about that.
NGC delegates reflect on some of these areas of progress. They'll also need to look closely at the challenges that face our country and our movement at this time in point. In particular, they will need to address the challenge of poverty, unemployment, and continuing inequality. They will need to discuss the further actions that we need to take to stimulate further inclusive growth, especially for young people. Now, the NGC will also need to consider the high levels of hunger and malnutrition in our country, particularly as they affect children. It is estimated that nearly 1 in 4 children in our country experience food poverty. As we consider this progress, we must acknowledge severe challenges in the provision of basic services in many communities, and this has to do with how the local government structures have weakened. The NGC will need to tackle these difficult issues. In particular, it will need to look at, yes, how we can strengthen our municipalities.
Very candid assessment of where the ANC finds itself, but also the ANC-led governments at local government, at provincial level, as well as national level, basically saying that there are still a lot of lingering challenges despite the efforts that have been put in place by the president. When it comes to unemployment, he spoke about the unemployment programs that have been put in place by his presidency, especially using the presidency's office to try and alleviate the high unemployment around young people. but this still has not achieved the required results. So this is a platform for the ANC, especially those 4,000 branches of the ANC that are represented at this NGC, to speak about what else can be done to try and improve this challenge. Also, they're talking about poverty and hunger, especially amongst children in South Africa, saying that there is a need to also address this, but also to fix relations when it comes to the ANC as well as the alliance partners, because that is going to be a big thing going into the local government elections next year, with the SACP having indicated that they want to contest the elections independently. So there is an invite that has been extended to the SACP as well as COSATU to try and ensure that these two parties are also part and parcel of trying to come with these solutions, Iman.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if the SACP actually does follow through. I mean, I've been at several news conferences over the last 2 decades, I think, where a similar idea has been floated. Haven't seen it happen. But I can hear the ducks behind you trying to make their AM report debut, Junior Khumalo, and hopefully the party, I think, is gearing towards not finding themselves sitting ducks in not only the general elections, the local government elections, but also the national elections not too long from now. Let's pivot over to Juanita Hunter, who's also keeping an eye on this NGC, because it comes as the organization grapples with, as we've just been talking about, the worst electoral decline in democratic history. The ANC also conceding to its ongoing financial woes, which have left staff unpaid and forced a downsized National General Council. Juanita Hunter, good morning. Again, any NGCs I've attended in years past, they've been really massive and muscular events. When we are thinking about the ANC downsizing for this one, what does that look like?
Well, obviously, there is a sort of a downsize in the number of delegates. 1,650 is the number of delegates that will be here. In addition to that, there will be some guests that would be here as well. But the ANC typically, Iman, use this occasion to kind of inject new energy into their branches, into their delegates. It's a mid-year point. You'd recall that the ANC would in the past, kind of use it to get momentum around conversations about who to lead the ANC in the future. And so the NGC was an important seminal moment for the party as it kind of gets to that halfway mark for the current leadership. Now, what has the party been facing? It has been facing irregular financial issues. It's been chronic for the last, 10 years now. And every time the party says it has turned a corner, it faces challenges where staff have been affected. This time, the ANC Secretary General Fikile Mbalula says they've tried really, really hard to get the issue sorted out before the start of the NGC. He says even his salary is in jeopardy. Let's take a listen.
Issues of non-payment of staff have been attended to and have been resolved as we speak. There was an intention to protest given the issue of salaries, but that matter has been attended to. The component member of staff that is not paid, it is management, starting with me, Secretary General. All our staff below have been attended to in terms of salaries.
And so Mbalula obviously trying to create an image and saying that, the NGC will continue as normal and that it was not, it won't be derailed in any way, admitting that the party, Iman, had to look at innovative ways to cut costs. They did not, print out leaflets as you would have before. Party members would have to pay for their own T-shirts. The idea is to get everyone into the room to have this reflection, even if they may not afford the massive fanfare. The party, saying that it is what it is and that they rely on donors for the activities of the party to continue. But the issue of the finances of the ANC is quite indicative of the internal health of the party. Let's take a listen to what else Mbalula said yesterday.
It does not give us a good image. as an organization, and we intend to resolve it permanently using our fundraising mechanisms. We rely on donors who give us money from time to time, and it is no longer like before. One person is allowed to donate once a particular figure, and so donors dry up because the financial situation and the bill that we are running is very high.
And so the tone for this NGC will be set by President Cyril Ramaphosa this weekend, and then, or today rather, and then there will be the commissions and the breakaway sessions focusing on particular issues. Iman, there's an interesting theme in the discussion documents that I perused before coming on air now, which is the ANC saying that renewal will not be achieved if there is no recalibration around leadership. So yes, the party says this is not going to be a forum for succession on who takes over the party, but there is a concession that the caliber of who leads the party affects whether or not they actually are successful on this massive and ambitious task of renewing this 113-year organization.
Interesting times. Maybe we always live in interesting times. Juanita and Junior, thank you very much for the update. We will have continued coverage from our reporting team there on the East Rand.